That's a wonderful movie. And with that movie, you know, Jimmy Cagney actually ended his long run as a movie gangster. It would be 10 years before he played one again. That's when they did White Heat, which we showed a couple of hours ago. Back with me to talk about the Roaring Twenties, Ed Burns. Ed, another interesting, the last two films have some of the great last lines of all time. Jimmy Cagney having the great last line in White Heat, and Gladys George having the great one in this one.
Yeah, and I forget what she said. He used to be a big shot. Is that the last line?
He used to be a big shot.
Yeah.
As the camera pulls back and he's there dying on the steps.
And that is one of the great final shots of any movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that film, and you know, it's rare that you get to see two icons like that going toe to toe.
Bogart and Cagney.
Bogart and Cagney, and that, you know, that great scene where Cagney kills Bogey right before the ending when he runs out and then dies on the steps. You know, as I was watching the film, I was like, wow, we don't see that enough. I was thinking, you know, maybe De Niro and Pacino in Heat. Is probably the only other comparable pairing like these two guys.
When you get two giants
like
doing
that,
yeah.
In sort of their sweet spot.
Well, you know, the thing is that the personalities we liked in these films from the 40s and 30s were different than they are today. Today we want people to be more natural, you know, bring it down a bit, be more like people are in everyday life. But back then we liked those more powerful personalities. Yeah. We went to the movies that saw people that weren't like us or weren't like our neighbors.
I think that's also interesting is they didn't ask the audience to necessarily love these characters.
Yes.
These aren't necessarily likable guys.
Yet there is something about them, no matter what. There's a core of them that you respond to, that you like them no matter what.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Cagney does, you know, there's great empathy, I think, for his character, especially after he goes on the skids there and he shows up drunk.
Yeah, but what he's been through, being in the military and all that kind of stuff, he's got a reason. Bogart's just bad.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. Coming right up, another classic film noir. This is a movie directed by the great Fritz Lang, starring Glenn Ford and Gloria Graham, with Lee Marvin as a really mean guy, even with only a pot of coffee.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Lee Marvin's thugs cross the line in the Big Heat. Then Humphrey Bogart musters up dormant courage while in Key Largo. And Bogart has the run of the place in The Petrified Forest.